What is it like to date an Aries? How do they act in love? How can you make an Aries fall in love with you? Stay tuned as we dive in depth on what it's like to date an Aries. Welcome to my channel where I color a picture and talk about astrology. And you can color with me too if you like. I find all the pictures that I colored completely free of charge on the internet. So I will leave a link in the description below on where you can print this picture that I'm coloring and we can color it together. And if you color a picture with me, you can send me a picture of your finished product if you would like it to possibly be included in my future videos. Also, if you would like to book a reading, all of the information will be in the description as well. Okay, I think that's all the matters of business that I need to cover, so let's get started. Isn't this picture just the cutest? I found it on Crayola.com and I thought it was just the perfect way to start the coloring series. Today I'm going to use crowns. I change it up sometimes, but that's just what I'm using today. So what is it like to date someone who is an Aries? Well, before I start this video, I do want to make a quick disclaimer. We are made up of more energies than just our sun sign. Most people know their sun sign, but there's a lot more energies at play in your life. So if you are dating an Aries sun, an Aries moon, or an Aries rising, then this video will be for you. And if you have a partner who has different signs, like for example, maybe a Aries sun, a Taurus moon with a Gemini rising or something, then you will want to watch the video for each one of those energies and blend them all together to get a more accurate representation of who your partner is. If you only know your partner's sun sign, then you will want to head on over to astro.com to fill out their date of birth to find out what their birth chart looks like. Now, if you know their time of birth and their location of birth, you can really get the details of the energies they have at play in their chart. Now, if you don't have their time of birth, you can still get their birth chart. You just have to watch out for their moon sign because it may be inaccurate if you don't know the birth time, and you won't know the rising sign, and you're not gonna know the houses. So it's definitely better to have your partner's birth time. So what is it like to date an Aries? Well, buckle up, Buttercup. It's gonna be a heck of a ride. You will have some of your biggest fights and some of your biggest laughs with your Aries. And you will figure out that you can love someone, yet at the same time, they get on your dang nerves. I've got a little insider information on this placement because I dated an Aries for 6 years. Now, I'm a Sagittarius sun, so our fiery energy blended well. So if you are dating an Aries or crushing on one, what is your sun sign? I want to know the type of energy that the Aries is attracting. So an Aries is going to be bold and confident, direct and assertive. And these natives will like their partner like this as well. They do not want to date a doormat. An Aries will actually try to dominate you. And they're gonna test you to see how much you allow them to dominate you. And if it's too easy to do it, they get bored. You cannot be easy for an Aries to capture. If you can't hold your own power in the relationship and stand up to them, they may leave if there's just no pushback from you. Or if you get easily offended and they can't banter back and forth with you. Aries likes to banter. If an Aries is interested in you, you don't always want to be available. You want to be doing your own thing. You can give an Aries hope, but then just kind of step back a little and let them do the rest. They usually expect to succeed when seducing you. So if you take a step back, it kind of makes them want to win more. And they love trying to win something. It's fun to them. They can have a strong personality. They are going to have to be with someone with an equally strong personality or you're just gonna get ran over. You are never going to control an Aries if they want to do something. If they want to do something, they will, period, okay? So you have to be flexible if you're going to date them. And they do not like being told what to do or how to do something. They don't necessarily like rules. They will follow the rules if they want to, but it's their own personal choice. And they will break the rules if they want to. They don't just follow rules blindly like a sheep. And they do not shy away from combat. They can get aggressive if needed. Unless there's some maybe Taurus in the chart, or maybe they have some earth signs to kind of ground them. But typically an Aries is going to be kind of like a sparkler. They light up really quickly, but they burn out just as fast with their temper. And don't even think about putting Aries on a leash and have them turn on their location for you. Aries can be quite impulsive and spontaneous, which can be fun and exciting if you're like that kind of thing. They are the friends that you text and say, hey, I'm going kayaking today. You want to go? And they will be down if they don't have anything to do. They can live in the present moment and they are so adventurous. These natives want to have new experiences with their partner. They probably are not a homebody. They like to travel and to get out and to do things. And if you date an Aries, you can go to places and have experiences that you have never done before. They are not afraid to try new things. I mean, they are a cardinal sign. They do not mind being the trailblazer. They love things with fuel. Oh my goodness, do they love things with fuel? To fuel that fire within them. They can be into snowmobiles, four-wheelers, razors, motorcycles, dirt bikes, big trucks, lots of horsepower. They can love outdoor adventures, whatever it is, whether it's surfing, kayaking, horseback riding, camping, sailing, hunting. Speaking of hunting, Aries loves things that go boom. So you could find that they like shooting their gun. If my Aries was ever mad at me, he would just go out back and unload a clip target practicing. It always made him feel better. One thing that can be hard when dating an Aries is you have to deal with their interests more than yours. And sometimes they can seem selfish because of this. And sometimes an Aries can interrupt you while you're talking and they don't even realize that they do it. And that can kind of seem selfish, like they weren't listening to you. One thing I will say about an Aries is you absolutely have to speak up and let them know that something's wrong, because they may not know. If you don't tell them, they will just assume that everything is okay. And do not be afraid to be direct with an Aries. Say what you mean and mean what you say. You cannot be too overly emotional with these partners. An Aries can hurt your feelings and be completely oblivious that they did. And they aren't the best caretakers. They don't want to be burdened down with someone that they are going to have to stay home with and take care of all of the time. They are impatient. They're ready for their adventure. They're ready to go. They ain't got time for that. And they don't always think things through all the way. They can definitely be the ones that react to what's happening instead of planning, and they just kind of handle the consequences as they come. But these natives are super fun and young at heart. They may even look young, and they may move fast in a relationship. I'm telling you, if you're dating an Aries, buckle up, because it's going to be a ride. An Aries is going to love a partner that shows them attention and admires them. They wouldn't mind if their partner put them on a pedestal. Aries is associated with the first house, so they like compliments. But don't overdo it, because again, it will seem like you're more invested in the relationship. And if they think that they got you, it's just not going to be fun anymore. They are attracted to the colors red, orange, and yellow, the colors of fire. So if you go on a first date with them, you will want to try to incorporate red into your attire. Also, if you are dating an Aries, you will find you just never know what is going to come out of their mouth in public. So if you take them around your friends and family, just know this. Most Aries do not care what other people think about them. They are going to be their self, and if you don't like it, well, then that's just your problem. You may never get an Aries to apologize unless they think it's just absolutely necessary. And these natives can love sex. They have a very high sex drive. Their sign is ruled by Mars, so there's a lot of passion and intensity in a relationship with an Aries. This is the sign that can have a huge fight and enjoy every moment of the makeup sex afterwards. This sign needs to be stimulated. It's never boring with an Aries, trust me. See, the problem is not dating an Aries, it's keeping one. Because they can just get bored or impatient and they don't like to be controlled. Let me give y'all a super trick with an Aries, okay? It kind of took me a long time to figure this one out. If I was always doing the choosing on what we did in the relationship, my Aries would feel like I was controlling him, even if he wanted to actually do the things that I chose. He would let me choose sometimes, but he never liked if I chose all of the time. So what I learned is if you let an Aries think it was their idea, they are always down to do whatever you want to do. Y'all, let me know how your Aries is. Do you resonate with anything in this video? Let me know in the comments below. I think for my Sagittarius, my favorite part of my Aries was the traveling. I never had a partner who was just always down to travel, so that was really nice. The one thing I hated though is I could never plan anything with my Aries because our relationship was so bumpy. I just never knew if we would be getting along that week or not. But other than that, it was an adventurous ride to say the least, packed full of memories that I will have forever. Did you have any issues like this with your Aries? Let me know. I put out astrology videos every week, and today we are starting our dating series. But if you are interested in why your soul came here to transform, then I encourage you to watch my Pluto through the houses video. They are packed full of information, so go check them out. I have enjoyed coloring with you today. I like coloring because it gives me time to relax. Remember, if you want your artwork shown in the future videos, take a picture and send it to me. I'll leave all the information in the description below. As always, my little buttercups, I have enjoyed coloring and talking about astrology with you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Mwah!